on the same page. What we saw with the travel ban too, and we saw, well, yes, it's a deterrent. No, it's not a deterrent. No, this is a new policy. No, this isn't a new policy. And they've created quite a legal quagmire for themselves. So there's still a lot of work to be done in terms of reunifying the families. And then the big question of, well, what exactly is the administration's policy at this moment? And if you cross the border into the U.S. illegally, will you be detained together as a family? Will you be separated? What exactly happens to you?
And about roughly 400 or so families.
If that may be the last number, yes.
All right, thank you very much. We will be right back in a moment.
Some people like unpredictability. Me? I like to know everything is perfect in my hotel. And that's why I always use Trivago. I simply type my destination, select the filters, 4 stars, and pets allowed. Trivago filters by average guest rating based on millions of reviews across multiple websites. So when I read excellent cleaning, I know I can rest easy in my ideal hotel. Hotel? Trivago.
Fact is, every insurance company hopes you drive safely. But Allstate actually helps you drive safely with DriveWise. It lets you know when you go too fast and brake too hard. With feedback to help you drive safer, giving you the power to actually lower your cost. Unfortunately, you can't do anything about that. Now that you know the truth, are you in good hands?
He'll have you at Aloha. Magnum PI, new CBS Mondays this fall.
I grew up in a military family, lived all over. But Kansas was where we wanted to raise our daughters. Strong communities, great public schools. And I worked in the state senate to make them even better, expanding pre-K and after-school programs. So to me, Sam Brownback's massive education cuts weren't numbers on a spreadsheet. They were an attack on who we are as Kansans. That's why I'm running for governor, not just to restore funding, to restore what makes our state special.
Political commercials can be confusing. Here are some facts. Jeff Collier is the only candidate endorsed by Bob Dole, the NRA, and Kansans for Life. Jeff Collier is strong on the border, voter ID, and tough on illegal immigration. And Jeff Collier protected the American flag from desecration and fought the ACLU. Remember the facts, and remember to vote on August 7th.
That's it for us today. Thank you for watching. Until next week, we will be back with you then with a look at race in America 1 year after Charlottesville. For Face the Nation, I'm Margaret Brennan.
There is an incredible amount of news.
Have we heard anything from the White House?
You're watching CBS This Morning. We thank you for that.
Cool Bears All New with Chris Hayes, Monday, and Tuesday, Senator Cory Booker.
The race for Kansas governor has come down to 2 candidates, Chris Kobach and Dr. Jeff Collier, but they aren't the only candidates on the ballot. A vote for any of these candidates is essentially a vote for Chris Kobach, increasing his chance of victory. Let's be clear, Jeff Collier is the only candidate that can beat Chris Kobach. For our schools, for our economy. Don't go backwards. Move Kansas forward. Vote for Dr. Jeff Collier.
We tell our kids they have the freedom to dream big. They can choose where they want to live, who they want to become. Freedom to make choices is what makes us Americans. But when it comes to our politics, we're stuck with 2 destructive parties and a broken system that's hurting Kansas. I'm Greg Orman, the independent for governor. I've built businesses and created jobs. I'm a common sense problem solver. That's how we help the next generation dream big.
The WIBW Fall Preview and Game Night, Thursday, August 16th, presented by Topeka Smiles. A limited number of tickets are still available. Get them now at TopekaCivicTheater.com.
The place for the most complete election coverage for 65 years. You're watching 13 News, Kansas News Leader.
Well, good morning, and thank you for joining us this Sunday on 13 News. I'm Erica Hall. Pretty nice out right now this morning, temperature-wise. Let's find out if it's going to warm up at all from Doug Myers in the Weather Center. Hey, Doug.
Hey, Erica. Yes, it is going to heat up. In fact, it's going to be even hotter than what we had yesterday, as we'll have a lot more sun. In fact, we're getting that right now as we check out our Emporia camera sponsored by ValueNet, as we're looking at dry conditions early this morning. A little bit of a haze, but certainly lots of sunshine as well. Right now, we're in the 80s, 82 in Emporia, 86 in Topeka, 86 in Marysville, and 80 degrees in Concordia. We are monitoring storm activity up to our north in Nebraska and Iowa. Even a little bit of severe weather in Iowa at times this morning as well. But some of those clouds from the north may make it into our area at times throughout the day, and that's why we're going to be mostly sunny, just a few high clouds from time to time. Otherwise, it'll be up to 95 degrees at noon and 99 for the forecast highs. Southerly winds gusting around 25 miles per hour. Heat index values could get anywhere between 100 and 103, maybe 104. Worst case scenario for the hottest part of the day. Otherwise, we drop back down to 93 by 8 o'clock. So it is going to be a hot day today. One more hot day tomorrow before more seasonal temperatures are with us as we head towards most of next work week. We'll talk more about that when our next rain chance will be coming up in a few minutes. Erica?
Thanks, Doug. Authorities in Cowley County are looking for an inmate and convicted child rapist who jumped a fence and escaped from custody Saturday. 36-year-old Robert Terrell is a white male, 5 feet 5 inches tall and around 154 pounds with red hair. Someone reported to the staff at Winfield Correctional Facility that Terrell had jumped over a fence on the west side of the property at around 8:50 p.m. If you see him, authorities say do not approach him. Call 911. The Kansas Department of Corrections lists 2 convictions for Terrell, one for sexual intercourse with a child under the age of 15 and one for failing to register as an offender. Both of those are from Sedgwick County. According to KVOE Radio in Emporia, Lyon County deputies are investigating after a man was reported walking along Highway 99 with a gun and was later found with more than one in his possession. Deputies received a report of a man walking with a gun in the 1100 block of North Kansas Highway 99 around 7:40 p.m. As they responded, a secondary report came down that the man, later identified as 38-year-old Eric Hooper of Emporia, had been firing the gun. Lyon County Sergeant Doug Stump says Hooper was unarmed and somewhat cooperative when deputies arrived. The initial investigation showed Hooper wasn't targeting anybody. Hooper was arrested and taken to the Lyon County Jail. Formal charges are pending. Stormont Vail Health and the 190th Air Refueling Wing conducted a mass casualty drill this morning, treating patients with minor to severe injuries. Several actors portrayed patients were taken from the Forbes Field Air National Guard Base in Topeka and taken to Stormont Vail Hospital by car. Some pretended to be flown in by a Black Hawk helicopter. The drill was designed to test and improve the communication between several organizations in order to work together efficiently in a mass casualty situation.
And the communications is always critical, and getting them here, getting them the proper care, getting the proper experts and specialists here so they can respond accordingly is critical. And if we don't test it and if you don't practice it, then there's going to be problems with it if a real event takes place. And unfortunately, in this day and age, events like this take place on a very regular basis.
The drill concluded with patients being taken and treated inside the hospital, followed by a debriefing of the event. Rescue crews have recovered the body of a 5-year-old child who went missing in the Kansas River in Lawrence. The driver of that vehicle that drove into the river is now in custody. 26-year-old Sharon Renee Dingledine of Columbia, Missouri has been charged with 1 count of first-degree murder and 1 count of attempted first-degree murder. The incident happened Friday afternoon at an embankment near 6th and Math Street. After being pulled from the river, Dingledine told officers that there was still a child left inside the car when it went under. Crews brought up the vehicle Friday night and found it empty. Dingledine is currently being held without bond in the Douglas County Jail. Topeka police are investigating a shooting that happened Saturday afternoon at Betty Phillips Park. Topeka police say shots were fired around 1:40 p.m. They say the victim is suffering from non-life-threatening injuries. Police are working to determine the circumstances leading up to the shooting. Police have not yet released details about a vehicle they say was involved in the incident. At around 11 p.m. Friday, Topeka police responded to the area of Southeast 11th and Southeast Lawrence after several calls of shots fired. Upon their arrival, officers found 2 male victims with non-life-threatening injuries. As they continued their investigation, officers learned another male victim with a gunshot wound was taken to the hospital. There is little information about what led to the shooting, and officers are still learning about the 3 victims. Families are displaced after a Junction City fourplex fire just after 8 p.m. last night. The fire happened at 1602 Patriot Drive. No one was at the 2-story fourplex housing unit when responders arrived. They were able to put out a fire on the back deck and kitchen. After extinguishing those flames, emergency workers rescued a dog from the upstairs bathroom. The cause of the fire is under investigation. The occupants from the first unit to the south are displaced because Westar had to pull up their meters. The Soldier Township Fire Department showcased some new additions to the firehouse on Saturday. 13's Juan Cisneros shows us more about those additions and gives us a look at what's in store for the future of the department.
The 2 new Pierce fire engines can hold 1,000 gallons each and can hold more equipment than the older trucks. Captain Brian Flott says replacing their aging fleet allows them to serve their community better.
North of 62nd Street, we don't have a lot of fire hydrants, so we're able to shuttle in 1,000 gallons on one apparatus now, where before we had 500 and 750 gallons. So we're having more water on scene, which aids in us in putting the fires out.
He says it is important for the department to show taxpayers where their money is going.
This belongs to them. We just use the equipment. They buy this through the township, and this is their tax dollars at work, and we want them to see what they're paying for.
Along with the new trucks, new Fire Chief Doug Schmidt was on hand to meet members of the community. Schmidt is a Lawrence native who most recently was the Assistant Fire Chief in Riley County Fire District 1.
I'm just oozing enthusiasm right now with having 10 new firefighters, 2 brand new fire trucks, and we're just all eager to serve the community.
At the open house, 10 new firefighters received their badges, ushering in a new era for the department.
The department itself has been around for a long time, well established. It's a wonderful opportunity. We kind of get to mold everything the direction that we need to go to provide the community the best service we can. So.
Captain Flott said the public is always welcome at their firehouse and are available 24/7 to answer any questions the community may have. School is right around the corner, and K-State students are moving in all over Manhattan. U-Haul trucks are littered all over the Little Apple as K-Staters are moving in their new apartments and houses. They're preparing for the new school year. Property managers suggest students read through their leases and understand the rules before moving in. School starts August 20th, and for junior August Titus, this is her first time living off of campus, and she says she's excited about the experience.
Well, in the dorm, you get a bed and a desk, and there's couches in the common area, so you don't really have to move anything heavy at all. So my tip is find 2 really strong people and adopt them for life.
The population of Manhattan will almost double as students return to school. Dorm move-in starts August 18th. Coming up next, find out which kiddos are in our Wendy's Birthday Club. Stay tuned.
Topeka Civic Theater presents Newsies July 13th through August 12th. With non-stop thrills and a timeless message, Newsies is perfect for the whole family. Get tickets at topekacivictheater.com.
Hey, listen up. You need to hear everything I'm about to tell you because right now everything is on sale at Carpet One. Yes, everything is up to 50% off. Every carpet, every floor, every color, every style. Save up to $500 or more on any carpet or floor. Hardwood, carpet, laminate, ceramic tile, luxury vinyl. The choice is yours. Plus, take 36 months to pay with no interest. It's the Carpet One Everything sale with up to 50% off. We make it beautiful for less.
Karen Tyson's ads say she gets the job done without bragging about it. But Tyson's tax-raising record is nothing to brag about. Taxum Tyson voted for the largest tax hike in state history, driving sales taxes sky high. Tyson taxed us in Topeka, and she'd do it again in Congress. The better choice, Steve Watkins, a can-do Kansas conservative with new ideas, a fresh approach. For Congress, we need Watkins. Kansans can do anything. PAC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Political commercials can be confusing. Here are some facts. Jeff Collier is the only candidate endorsed by Bob Dole, the NRA, and Kansans for Life. Jeff Collier is strong on the border, voter ID, and tough on illegal immigration. And Jeff Collier protected the American flag from desecration and fought the ACLU. Remember the facts, and remember to vote on August 7th.
It's great getting 11% off of everything at Menards, especially when we're tackling a big project like updating our living room. We're saving on all of it, from the stone veneer fireplace to the area rug. You can get it all at Menards, and the 11% savings keeps us coming back. We saved over $300 on our living room and can't wait to start our next project.
Your next project starts right now with 11% off everything at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Expect better with our team.
At Better Homes and Gardens Real Estate, Wastel Realty.
You're watching 13 News, Kansas News Leader.
Several kids from Northeast Kansas are celebrating their birthday today, and it's time to add them to our Ultimate Birthday Club, sponsored by Wendy's. First up, we have fun and festive Christina Combs turning 11 years old. Then we have little cutie Lakin Joe Parker, who is 2 years old. Next is another pretty girl, Ayla Freeman, who is 6 years old. Aaron Wiebe is 9 years old. And last, we have young lady Mayanna Thompson, who is 13 years old. Happy birthday, guys. We hope it's the best yet. If you have a child turning 13 years old or younger with a birthday coming up, we'd love to feature their photo here on 13 News This Morning. Upload it at wibw.com/thismorning, and please get it into us at least 2 weeks before their big day. Now here's Doug with another quick look at the forecast.
And yesterday was hot, but at least we had a little bit of that cloud cover and even a few passing sprinkles to keep us a bit on the cooler side, if you will. Now with plenty of sunshine today, we're going to be heating up as temperatures are already at 86 degrees in Manhattan as we check out our Flint Hills Discovery Center camera. Dew point, not terrible. It's at 66, so it feels like 88, a little bit above the actual air temperature, as it is going to be a hot day today. Great day for the pool, as temperatures will be warming into the mid to upper 90s for many spots under mostly sunny skies. But what about the humidity? Well, checking out our muggy cast, we're going to be looking at fairly muggy to humid conditions across northeast Kansas by 5 o'clock. And then as we head into this evening, we're going to be looking at a little bit more humid conditions as temperatures begin to cool off. So we are going to be looking at somewhat muggy to humid day today and into tomorrow as well. But that's all going to be a setup for some much needed rain to begin the work week. And we'll talk about that after the break.
Like you, I've had enough. Don't believe that these two peas in a pod are your only choice for governor. They're part of the broken system. I'm the candidate for governor and businessman who, in just 3 years as your insurance commissioner, cut state spending in my office and greatly improved services and transparency. Cutting waste, managing smarter, that's the way to get more for Kansas schools and to grow jobs. I'm Ken Seltzer, CPA. Together, let's fix what's broken in Topeka.
A quality replacement window made with Fibrix material, which is twice as strong as vinyl, delivered through a stress-free process. Welcome to Renewal by Andersen. Get the peace of mind knowing Renewal by Andersen handles everything from start to finish. With one call, you'll enjoy working with the best people, exclusive products, and a superior process.
It's the people. It's the process.
It's the product.
Call now to get our exceptional signature service. This fantastic offer is available only for a limited time. Renewal by Andersen, the better way to a better window.
Steve Watkins must think you're stupid. He's spending big money pretending to be a conservative Republican. Even after Trump won, Watkins wanted to run as a Democrat, claiming he supported sensible gun laws. All the real Republican candidates have an A rating with the NRA, but not Watkins. Privately, Watkins claims liberal social values, touting his wife's award from Planned Parenthood. Kansas needs a genuine Trump-supporting conservative in Congress, not a fake Republican like Steve Watkins. Our American Century is responsible for the content of this advertising.
In Kansas, we aren't afraid to fight for what we believe in. Chris Kobach is a Kansas kid who fought through adversity. Becoming an immigration advisor to President Donald Trump, Chris Kobach fights for us.
If I say I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it.
We're going to jumpstart our economy. We're going to cut taxes. We're going to bring blue-collar jobs back to our state. And we're going to stop giving welfare benefits to illegal aliens.
On August 7th, vote Chris Kobach for governor.
This is your 13 weather forecast with Doug Myers.
Well, we just have to get through today and tomorrow with a little bit on the hot side, but then we turn more seasonal for most of next week starting on Tuesday. Early this morning, we did get down into the 70s. 76 in Topeka was the warm spot, but it did get down to 69 in Emporia, 72 in Manhattan and Marysville. Otherwise, a lot of sunshine. Just a few high clouds and a little bit of a haze outside our Capitol Federal sky came on Vinegar Hill. It is 86 degrees in Topeka. Feels like 89 with that dew point of 67, so a bit on the muggy side, and that's something that we're going to notice a little bit for today compared to recently, where it hasn't been quite as humid. It is going to be a bit on the muggy side for today. Right now it's 80 in Concordia, 86 in Clay Center, 82 in Emporia. So we are about 5 degrees warmer and even up to 10 degrees warmer in north central Kansas compared to the 10 o'clock hour yesterday. And that, of course, is going to lead to a little bit hotter afternoon. It feels like 89 in Topeka and Lawrence, 88 in Manhattan, and 89 in Holton. By noon, we could be approaching the mid to upper 90s for a heat index, and we certainly could make it into the triple digits. Could be as high as 103 across the area as we head into this afternoon. So certainly you're going to feel it a little bit compared to what it's been recently with the humidity, if you will. It's also going to be breezy as well. Winds yesterday gusted as high as 32 miles per hour in Topeka and 38 in Emporia and Concordia. Not quite as bad for today. Right now we have a wind gust of 21 miles per hour in Topeka, 31 in Concordia. North central Kansas will probably be the windiest for today. You can see by 5 o'clock winds gusting closer to 30 miles per hour versus 25 further to the east you go. So not as bad as yesterday, but still between 20 and 30 miles per hour in general for today with those gusts. It is going to be a bit on the breezy side, and then it does stay somewhat breezy as we head into this evening before gradually diminishing into the overnight periods. Most of the rain is up to our north and parts of eastern Colorado, Nebraska, and Iowa, but some of the cloud cover could make it into our area. We're monitoring that area of storms in eastern Colorado as it works its way eastward throughout the day today and into tonight. That could bring us a small opportunity of a few storms. I think the bulk of the rain stays up in Nebraska, but you'll notice on the latest supercast, it tries to come together around 11 o'clock just to the west of Concordia, and then as we head into the midnight 1 o'clock hour, it kind of breaks up a little bit. So it's a very small chance late into the evening, into the early overnight periods in north central Kansas. Otherwise, you can see the bulk of the rain continues up near the Nebraska-Kansas border for tonight. So it's a very small chance, most spots dry. Then as we head into tomorrow, we'll have partly to mostly cloudy skies, maybe a spotty shower or a thunderstorm is possible, although I do think the better chance of rain will be Monday night into Tuesday morning, and that's where we'll get the scattered shower and thunderstorm activity into the area. This latest computer model isn't bringing as much rain as some of the other computer models are, so that's something we'll keep an eye on. But Storm Prediction Center does have us in a slight risk of severe weather. If we were to see storms tomorrow or even tomorrow evening, some of the storms could contain some small hail and gusty winds, so we'll keep an eye on that as well. Otherwise, for today, 99 degrees with plenty of sunshine, south winds gusting up to 30 miles per hour at times. 77 tonight with a slight chance of storms. Most spots will be dry, and similar conditions for tomorrow. Most spots will be dry, but we'll have some cloud cover to deal with, and that might keep us to a little bit on the cooler side, 96 degrees with a southwest wind 5 to 15. Better chance of storms Monday night and could be on and off on Tuesday, but much cooler behind a cold front, mid 80s, and then we'll be in the upper 80s and low 90s starting Wednesday through the weekend. Erica?
Thanks, Doug. Coming up in sports, hear from Chiefs Chairman Clark Hunt on Andy Reid's excitement for Patrick Mahomes. Plus, a look in at KU football's media day, what head coach David Beatty says needs to be fixed, and the frontrunners for an ongoing quarterback battle.
We never settle for just two lousy choices in anything, except politics, where a broken two-party system is destroying our state. But it doesn't have to be like this. I'm Greg Orman, the independent for governor. I won't bow to party bosses or take money from special interests. I'll work for you. This failed system's not working. Kansans deserve better.
When we moved with DSL, we experienced the law of internet slow zones. So we switched to Cox. Their law of moving states that Cox has the same fast speeds everywhere, which you can enjoy after a day of dealing with other laws of science, like gravity, opposing forces, and laws of attraction? Ew, it's romantic.
Only Cox offers the same fast 300 meg speeds everywhere. Cox high-speed internet starting at $19.99 a month.
Being governor is about helping people. getting things done, solving real problems, like those you face around your kitchen table. In my 6 months on the job, we've funded schools and improved our credit rating, all without a tax increase. And now we're focused on raising family incomes and lowering property taxes so your family can keep more of your money. That's what we've done, and that's what we'll do. I'm Governor Jeff Collier, and I'd appreciate your vote.
I grew up in a military family, lived all over. But Kansas was where we wanted to raise our daughters. Strong communities, great public schools. And I worked in the state senate to make them even better, expanding pre-K and after-school programs. So to me, Sam Brownback's massive education cuts weren't numbers on a spreadsheet. They were an attack on who we are as Kansans. That's why I'm running for governor, not just to restore funding, to restore what makes our state special.
Be the dinosaur, right now at the Flint Hills Discovery Center.
This is 13 Sports.
We've come once again to the time of the year where every college football team has a clean slate, and KU's program is no exception. At the same time, every member of that squad knows this year has to be entirely different. And for head coach David Beatty, that starts with the offensive line.
Those dudes up front are going to make the difference. I mean, Montel Cozart leaves here and plays pretty daggum good. I mean, why do you think that is? He had a pretty daggum good line in front of him. I mean, he didn't just magically get better. I can tell you that. He was already a good player. He just had a hard time staying on his feet. Our job is to get better up front.
And the Jayhawks added quite a few new offensive linemen to the mix, as well as a third quarterback in junior college transfer Miles Kendrick. Kendrick joins returners Peyton Bender and Carter Stanley as the frontrunners for the position. Beatty says they will make a decision on the starters sometime soon and are evaluating how each player's different skill sets fit into the offense.
Well, I've seen a renewed sense of competition between those three guys that I think is really, really good. I've seen a lot more of a student approach to the game because of that renewed sense of competition. I think each one of them brings a little bit of a different strength to the table, which makes each one of them have to work hard to improve their area of that game.
You know, it makes it that much harder to win the job because there's one more guy there. But, you know, I've always said, you know, it doesn't matter who I'm competing against, how many guys I'm competing against. You know, I go out there and just try and compete with myself every day.
Peyton's probably more of a passer. Miles is like a kind of a mix. You know, I like to think of myself maybe as kind of a mix of a runner and a passer. But, you know, we all kind of have different skill sets, but it's all in one offense, and we got to make it work.
It's no secret that the entirety of the Kansas City Chiefs fan base is excited about the possibilities that come with quarterback Patrick Mahomes at the helm. Our own Juan Cisneros even has a screensaver of Mahomes portrayed as Thanos from Infinity War with AFC West gems on his hand. But with all that excitement, has anyone really asked head coach Andy Reid how he feels? And Chiefs chairman Clark Hunt didn't have to ask. He could see it.
I would say it's a bounce in his step. I know that's a hard thing to imagine when you're talking about Andy, but truthfully, he seems energized. I think the thought of getting to take a young quarterback, mold him, something he's had a lot of success at in his career. He knows the capability of the skill players that are around Patrick. As somebody who's really an offensive guru, I think it's hard for him not to be excited.
An offensive guru that shaped Brett Favre in Green Bay, Donovan McNabb in Philadelphia, and gave Alex Smith his first chance at consistency in Kansas City. Kind of makes me smile thinking of him skipping around training camp excited about Mahomes. And that's a look at your sports. Have a wonderful day.
Oh, my experience with Champion has been fabulous. Champion just offered everything I wanted in a window.
Right now, champion your home and save 30% on new Champion windows. All Champion windows feature Comfort 365 glass and our exclusive limited lifetime warranty, plus 60 months low-interest financing.
It was just amazing to see the difference in the house, a remarkable change.
Hurry, champion your home and save 30% with 60 months low-interest financing. Call 888-931-CHAMPION today.
On Saturday, August 11th, Sack and Fox Casino presents Starship featuring Mickey Thomas. Mickey Thomas, shaping the legacy of Starship with iconic hits that defined a generation. Appearing live at Sack and Fox Casino with the soundtrack of your life. Don't miss Starship featuring Mickey Thomas, presented by Sack and Fox Casino, Saturday, August 11th at 8 p.m. It's a complimentary show in our Silver Fox showroom.
Career politicians can't stand outsiders like me.
They use fake news to protect the swamp. After 8 years in war, I've seen it all before. We need a fighter who can actually beat Paul Davis and Nancy Pelosi. I know how to fight and win. I'm running to stop illegal immigration, protect the unborn, and stand with President Trump. I'd be honored to have your vote on Tuesday, and I won't let you down. I'm Steve Watkins, and I approve this message.
Clark Schultz, true Kansas conservative to his roots.
That means protecting innocent life, defending our Constitution, including the Second Amendment, against all attacks. It means doing what we've done in the Kansas Insurance Department, increase transparency, improve service, all at a lower cost to taxpayers. It means standing side by side with you to make Kansas free and strong.
Clark Schultz, making insurance companies keep their promises to Kansans.
Polish up that chrome and show us what you got. Cruising the Capitol is Saturday, August 11th, rain or shine. Join us for live entertainment, food trucks, beer gardens, and more from 6 to 9 p.m.
This is your 13 weather forecast.
Sunshine outside our Paris Hotel, Monotel, and Convention Center camera, and we're going to be heating up today, so that puts us in the red car in our People's Insurance Group Road Risk Index. Of course, look before you lock. Never leave a child in the back seat of a car. We're unfortunately up to 30 child fatalities across the country. That is just something that is inexcusable and should easily be zero. So something that could help with that is to leave your left shoe in the back seat of the car and take your child in with you, or leave them at home in the air conditioning, because we're going to be heating up into the upper 90s today, mid-90s tomorrow, with a slight chance of storms tonight and tomorrow, but better chance of storms Monday night into Tuesday. And then we drop back down in the mid to upper 80s for Tuesday and Wednesday, with low 90s Thursday through Saturday. So hopefully we can get some rain out of this. Right now it looks like in general about a 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch for many places across the area, but of course some spots we'll see a little bit less, and maybe a few lucky spots could get a little bit more. But we definitely need the rain, and that's about all we have as far as the rain chances go for the week.
All right, Doug, listen to this. A handful of Topekans have new insight into their family trees thanks to a computerized genealogy class at the Topeka and Shawnee County Public Library. Saturday's class was the second in a monthly series at the library. Attendees began by filling out a pedigree chart and entering the information they know about themselves and their family members. From there, the research begins. People delve into generations of family history by finding documents like birth, death, and marriage records. The class provides free access to databases and Ancestry.com. Doug, do you know anything about your family history?
Not particularly. I probably would think like German or Poland or something like that.
Oh, sounds like that class is for you. That's all the time we have. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great week.
The latest news, weather, and sports at WIBW.com, or follow WIBW on Twitter, Facebook, and our mobile app. Thank you for making 13 News the most watched weekend newscast.
Well, look at you, the boss of an entire company. You hire people and you get to promote them when they do a good job. You might even be asking yourself, how did I get to be so smart? Maybe it's because you use the Kansas Works Workforce Center on-the-job training program. They find the talent and cover 50% of your training costs. How smart are you now? Smart enough to bring donuts on Fridays?
Call the Kansas Works Workforce Center about the on-the-job training program.
As we celebrate our history, we look forward to the future.
A future that includes the best of the past.
A future that includes the best of the new.
A future that includes supporting our communities.
And of course, a future that still includes serving our famous pizza.
This month, get 2 large single-topping pizzas for $9.99 each. And sign up for a chance to win $50,000 in our 50th anniversary sweepstakes.
Casey's, famous for pizza.
It's our back-to-school event, and here's why the Mattress Hub is passing with straight A's. We have every budget covered with mattresses from just $99 plus free local delivery on every bed. Or save over $500 with the back-to-school bundle. A Sealy Queen pillow top, 2 pillows, sheets, and a comforter. Regular over $1,000, now just $599. The largest selection, a best price guarantee, and free local delivery. The Mattress Hub has passed the competition.
Follow the cheap sheet to the Mattress Hub.
Paint? No, this isn't just paint. This is the most advanced one-coat coverage. Made with molecules that bond stronger, bond tighter, and bond tougher in one coat for beauty that starts and stays that way. Because this isn't just paint. This is Paramount.
Right now at Menards, get 11% off everything, including Pittsburgh Paramount Paint.
Join your Shawnee County neighborhood for National Night Out, Saturday, August 11th.
Cool Bears All New with Chris Hayes, Monday, and Tuesday, Senator Cory Booker.
Matt Frazier is the fittest man on the planet. He comes for his third straight title at the Reebok CrossFit Games. On the final day of competition in Madison, Wisconsin, we're live to cover the drama unfold on CBS.
Right now, Madison, Wisconsin is the home of fitness.
Welcome to the 200-pound club, Cassidy Lance McWhorter.
This is where your conditioning comes into play. This is what fitness is all about.
No problem through the hop blocks, under the net with ease.
So fast under the bar.
So impressive.
Tiatumi takes the muscle up clean lateral.
That was all guts.
This crowd is going insane. Matt Frazier is the unstoppable force.
The epicenter of the fitness world is Madison, Wisconsin this weekend. Fans from across the globe filing in to watch the fittest athletes on the planet. Welcome to final day coverage, live on CBS from Madison, the 2018 Reebok CrossFit Games. Brent Stover alongside Rory McKernan and Tommy Marquez. And Tommy, quite simply, as we arrive to this final day of competition for these athletes, it's put up or shut up time.
Only one day left of competition, but you really kind of have to take a step back and look at what they've accomplished across the entire season. 7 months of competition, 3 or 4 more months of training and prep on top of that, and now it comes down to one final day, the culmination of our sport's biggest weekend.
Here's why that point is so important. We're crowning the fittest athletes on earth. That's a bold claim. You can't do that in just a 4-day competition, and that's why the 3 stages of the competition are so important. We're saying the person at the end of the day who is crowned with that title can do anything under the sun as far as physical tasks are concerned better than anyone else.
3 days and 11 events are in the books. It was electrifying yesterday on day 3 on the men's side. Let's take a look back in this athlete profile presented by Zevia.
For 2 days, the 2018 Reebok CrossFit Games have been contested on dry land. That changes on day 3. And he will be 100 points richer. Dean Linder-Layton. Brent Fikowski opening it up. James Newberry right behind him. It is time to embrace the chaos. The athletes are being told right now, work until I tell you to stop. And Pat Vellner conquers the chaos and wins event 9.
Look at this guy.
Back-to-back events to close out day 3 of competition here at the 2018 Reebok CrossFit Games. Events 10 and 11. Here comes Matt Frazier, and the crowd comes to its feet to watch this showdown. Willie George, Viva la France! The second couplet is up next. The weight comes down and the movement on the pull-up bar gets a little simpler. It's the rookie versus the champ. Willie George will win the heat. Matt Frazier will come in second, and rumors of Matt Frazier being human have been greatly exaggerated.
And with that, through 11 events for the men, Rory, these are your top 5.
The final day, really the podium race comes into view. 5th through 2nd place, Bjorkman, Carl Goodmanson, Brent Fikowski trying to muscle in. Pat Vellner and Lucas Hogberg currently in those 2 spots, but took different paths to get there. Vellner started slow. Now he's in 2nd. Lucas Hogberg suffered his worst events on day 3 of competition, but the reigning champion, Matt Frazier, starting to run away from the competition. When we talk about Matt Frazier, we talk about domination, and when you talk about domination, they're usually associated with mind-numbing stats, like the fact that since 2016, Matt